Martins Amawili-led Rivers State Assembly condemns Governor Fubara's budget presentation to Okojumbo. Report projects Nigeria's population to cross 237 million by 2025. Bayelsa State Commissioner for Women Affairs, Mrs. Elizabeth Bide, dies. And on the foreign scene, several countries in Asia and Oceania welcomes New Year with fireworks, light shows. Good evening, this is News at 7 on Western Spring Television. My name is Tunde Ido. We begin in Rivers State as the Martin Amahuele-led House of Assembly has frowned upon the presentation of the 2025 Appropriation Bill by Governor Similai Fubara to the three-member assembly led by Victor Okojumbo, loyal to him. This was the theme of today's plenary, during which the House Judicial Committee, led by the Deputy Speaker, Dumile Maol, presented a Court of Appeal judgment which affirmed the legitimacy of the House, as well as the speakership of Amawele. The Deputy Speaker then criticized the governor for disobeying the judgment. Two other lawmakers also expressed their very strong displeasure at the governor's action, with a member, Smart Adeleke, suggesting the judgment be submitted to security agencies for action. In his remarks, the Speaker lamented the penchant of Governor Fubara for flagrant disregard for law and order. On Monday, Governor Fubara presented the 2025 budget proposal of 1.1 trillion naira to the Victor Okojumbo-led Assembly. And here in Osun State, Governor Adeleke has signed the 427 billion naira 2025 appropriation bill into law. Adeleke signed the bill at the ESCO Lounge Governor's office in the presence of his cabinet members and representatives of the legislative arm on Monday. It will be recalled that the House of Assembly passed the bill after adding 37 billion naira to the 390 billion naira proposal presented to the House by the governor. In signing the 2025 budget entitled the Budget of Growth and Sustainable Development, Adeleke commended the legislature and his cabinet members. Governor Adeleke directed the Ministry of Economic Planning, Budget and Development to monitor the implementation process to ensure delivery according to targets and expectations. He assured residents that the budget will be rigorously implemented to meet all expectations. It has been a topsy-turvy year for Nigeria's economy as the nation battled various challenges ranging from inflation, Naira devaluation, amongst others. These challenges, some of which were attributed to policies introduced by the President Bola Tinubu-led administration, greatly impacted businesses and the citizenry, throwing more Nigerians into poverty. This report, put together by Lydia Adegbaju, takes a look at Nigeria's business and economic landscape in the course of 2024.
The year 2024 awoke to the aftermath of the fuel subsidy removal, which was implemented as soon as President Bola Tinubu assumed office. The hardship faced by Nigerians was worsened by the ensuing inflation across all sectors, including the transport industry, food sector, and even electricity. Food inflation in particular reached an all-time high in May, recording a whopping 40.66% on a year-on-year basis. The hike was attributed to the sharp fall in the local currency and an increase in electricity tariffs and fuels. In April, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NERC) approved an increase in electricity tariffs for customers under the Band A classification. Customers under this category began paying 225 naira kilowatt per hour from the previous 66 naira. Meanwhile, the incessant national grid collapse is another topic of concern, with the grid suffering downtime for at least 12 times in 2024. The 12th grid collapse, which happened in December, occurred on the same day the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, assured Nigerians that the country's power grid would achieve significant stability with the completion of Phase 1 of the Presidential Power Initiative, also known as the Siemens Project. Meanwhile, petrol sold for its highest ever price of over 1,000 naira per litre this year. The inflation was also accompanied by fuel scarcity as long queues surfaced at filling stations across major cities in the country. This is as vehicle owners, including commercial drivers, all lamented how they wasted tangible work hours on queues.
àtìmọ̀. However,
the launching of Dangote refinery seems to quell that woe as fuel prices dropped mildly after its launch. Speaking during the launching, the chairman and CEO of Dangote refinery, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, assured Nigerians that the premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, that will be lifted from the refinery are of good quality.
Full of the, petrol. It might be a little bit, you see it like a different color. But that's the real this thing, So you are now going to have, good petrol where the engines of your vehicles will last longer.
The refinery, with the capacity to produce 650,000 barrels per day, is projected to deal with the incessant fuel scarcity and remove queues at fuel stations. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, to further curb this, launched the Port Harcourt refinery in November, kick-starting with the lifting of 60,000 barrels per day. The GCEO of NNPCL, Mele Kyari, said the launching will curb some of the energy security issues in the country. However, controversy soon trailed its launching, which critics said was rushed. Away from there, the federal government brought smiles to the faces of workers in the nation, both in the public and private sector, with the approval of the new minimum wage. The Organized Labour of Nigeria, comprising the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) and the Trade Union Congress (TUC), were in negotiations with the government through a tripartite committee for months before finally agreeing to 70,000 naira from the initial 30,000 naira minimum wage. The new minimum wage, approved by President Bola Tinubu, is effective from July 29, 2024, and is subject to review after 3 years instead of the statutory 5 years. Meanwhile, Nigerians continue to clamor for the repeal of some of the policies of President Bola Tinubu-led administration, which is said to have thrown more Nigerians into abject poverty. According to an October report by the World Bank, over 129 million Nigerians are living in poverty, a hike from 40.1% in 2018 to 56% this year. Similarly, a medium-term review released by Nigerian Economic Summit Group revealed that although Nigeria experienced a 3.1% increase in gross domestic product (GDP) by the end of first half 2024, this and other positives were watered down by increasing unemployment, declining per capita income, and higher incidence of poverty. However, President Bola Tinubu, in a recent media chat, has insisted that these policies are necessary to secure a better future for Nigeria.
I don't have any regret whatsoever removing the subsidy. It is necessary. We cannot spend our future generations' investment. We have no choice but to pull the handbrake. Otherwise, we are headed for slippery slopes that will result in financial disaster. So, not just for us, but our children.
In view of these economic challenges, citizens have been urged to be patient and persevere, and that the pains of the season will soon wear off. While speaking, the former Commissioner for Works in Osun State, Oluremi Omowaye, noted that the policies of President Tinubu's administration are already yielding results.
Of our forex is spent on importation of PMS, diesel, and the rest. But now with our local refinery coming up, what we spend on forex had gone down drastically. For a very long time, we did not have a very high foreign reserve. As of today, we have a foreign reserve of about 40 billion naira. Things might be hard for now, but I want to assure you that things will get stable. Dollar is coming down. In the last 2 weeks, prices of crude have come down. So what that means is the policy is now yielding results. So we just want to appeal to people that if we do not go through this hardship, we'll not have a Nigeria of our dreams.
Turning to Osun State, the state government shut down Segilola Resources Operating Limited, operated by subsidiaries of 4 Explorations Limited, a UK-based company listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange. The government accused the company of unethical business practices and tax evasion amounting to $1.9 million. The Osun State High Court in October issued a restraining order against Segilola Resources Operating Limited, stopping its operations forthwith.
Wait. You are not the one.
The issue was, however, resolved later after Segilola Company agreed to open all its accounting records for examination of the 3.25 billion tax assessment by Osun State. Now to the diaspora, Nigeria's Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala puts the nation in a positive light by her reappointment as the Director General of the World Trade Organization for the second time. The chair, WTO General Counsel, Ambassador Peter Oberg, said the reappointment reflects the Council's confidence in our abilities and follows the November 29 consensus by the group. Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala will resume office on September 1, 2025. And in a rather sad development, tragedy befell the finance sector with the passing of the group CEO of Access Holdings PLC, Herbert Wigwe, who died alongside his wife and son in February in a helicopter crash in the United States. He was later replaced by Bolaji Agbede in an acting capacity. Moving on to a developing issue, tax reform bill is the latest of the policies by the present administration, which is still under serious deliberations at the National Assembly. According to its chief propagator, the chairman of Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, Taiwo Iedele, the tax reform would remove nuisance taxes that have very low revenue yields, high collection costs, and are burdensome on the poor and small businesses. Through the bills, the federal government wants to streamline tax processes and block leakages, thereby introducing ease, transparency, and accountability into the system. The bills, should they be passed, according to Oyedele, would bring Nigeria's tax to a single digit. Going into the year 2025, Nigerians would hope that the Nigerian economic landscape would get better and that government policies would yield better results, especially in easing the hardship and creating better living conditions for the citizenry. Lydia Adegbaju, Western Spring Television News.
In the meantime, the national chairman of the ruling All Progressive Congress, Dr. Adeleke, says Nigerians will have cause to smile again in 2025. The former governor of Kano State also assured Nigerians that there are clear signs of better days ahead in the new year. Dr. Ganduje gave the assurance in a New Year message issued in Abuja by his Senior Special Assistant on Public Enlightenment, Oliver Opala. According to him, the visionary reforms of President Bola Tinubu have started yielding positive results, which will become more evident in the new year. He called on Nigerians to maximize the benefits of the new year, imploring Nigerians to embrace a life of love, unity, and positive energy. Moving on, the latest United Nations data has estimated by World Do Meter has projected that Nigeria will have a population of 237,527,782 by 2025. According to the report, the forecast will be an increase from 235,072,214 recorded in December 2024. The statistics showed that between 2023 and 2024, the country's population increased by 4,796,533. This is as the U.S. Census Bureau estimates released Monday. The world population increased by more than 71 million people in 2024, a slight slowdown from the 75 million increase witnessed in 2023. World Do Meter's report said Nigeria's population is equivalent to 2.85% of the total world population, and the country ranks number 6 in the list of countries and dependencies by population. The data places the most populated cities to be Lagos with 15.38 million, Kano with 4.91 million, Ibadan 3.64 million, Abuja 2.6 million, and Port Harcourt completes the top 5 with 2.12 million. The report revealed that the median age in Nigeria is 17.9 years, while the life expectancy at birth for both sexes is 54.6 years. On a rather sad note, the Bayelsa State government has announced the death of the State Commissioner for Women Affairs, Mrs. Elizabeth Bidel. A statement issued by the Commissioner for Information, Orientation and Strategy, Honorable Mrs. Ebiowu Koku Obial, expressed deep condolences to the bereaved family, particularly her widower, Chief Jackson Bide, and their children. He stated that Governor Doye Diri and the entire government of the state are saddened by the loss and will miss her wise counsel as well as her dedication to the collective effort to build a better and prosperous future for the state. May her soul rest in peace. In a move to unveil the creative economy of Osun State, Governor Adeleke has declared the state support for the production and marketing of Adire. Speaking at the Adire Osun Festival and World Media Conference, Governor Adeleke also declared the Adire Osun Festival as an annual event in the state. Lydia Adegbaju completes the story.
Displaying an array of beauty in creativity and culture, the Adire Osun Festival opened up in style. From the colorful products made from Adire like clothes, lunchboxes, handbands, slippers greeting guests at the mini trade fair, to the rhythmic and energetic cultural representation of the Osun Arts and Culture Group, titillating audiences' senses as the drum beats, sound and dance steps tilt them towards the appreciation of culture. Opening the festival, the president of Traditional Religion Worshippers Association of Osun State, Dr. Seyi Atonda, led prayers declaring the Adire Osun Festival open.
yóò máa gbé ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun lárugẹ sí ni, yóò máa gbé gómìnà wa lárugẹ sí ni, èyí tá a wú lónìí àrò ti rọ̀ mọ́.
While giving his welcome remarks, the chairman, Osun State Council of Arts and Culture, Honorable Ebenezer Adeniji, said the event aims at pushing Osun Adire to the global community. He also noted that the Adire art beats being a mere fashion trend, but has now grown to become a source of wealth creation in Osun State.
The aim of this event is to expose Adire Osun to the global community and propagate its uniqueness and versatility in the global textile market. May I ask also, ladies and gentlemen, that the Osun is not merely a fabric of attire. It has become a fashion trend, a fashion brand in items like shoes, bags, etc. that transcends languages and culture. And this evolving trend of Adire Osun production over the years has become a source of wealth creation and a massive empire of labor in Osogbo and the extension of Osun State.
He also commended Governor Ademola Adeleke for infusing Adire back into Osun markets by making it a weekly attire for all citizens. Noting that the origin of Adire is from Iliaka in Osogbo, while the Iliakoda in Ede followed suit, the senior special advisor to the governor on creative economy, events and entertainment, Honorable Babatunde, also known as LaFace, said the festival aims to officially own the brand and also promote the culture of Osun. He opined that the yearly Calabar Carnival, held in Cross River State, must be emulated in pushing Adire through street carnivals to the forefront.
Ladies and gentlemen, the growth of Calabar Carnival, which has grown to become the biggest carnival in Africa, is a test case that we must emulate, but in a more Yoruba cultural divergent way. Governor Donald Duke at the time saw the long-term vision, just like our governor sees now. While other states were following the path of oil, he saw entertainment and believed in its future dominance. Adire Osun Carnival will be specifically modeled to celebrate the culture of Osun State and its people in a carnival-like atmosphere like never before.
The Adire Osun Festival also featured the unveiling of its official logo and World Media Conference. Chairing the unveiling, Governor Adeleke, flanked by his wife, Chief Titilaya Adeleke, Obas, as well as other dignitaries present, lifted the curtain off the Adire logo. Speaking after the unveiling, Governor Adeleke declared that Adire Osun Festival will now be an annual event in a move to make Osun the hub of Adire. He added that the state government will support the design and marketing of the Adire clothing textiles beginning from 2025 as part of efforts in unveiling the creative economy of the state.
We kickstart the important phase of our state agenda for the state creative economy. As the originator of this unique fabric, the Osun state government has resolved to actively support and promote this brand. I call on all the stakeholders to join the train. Osun should soon become Adire hub of Nigeria. So that is why I've already unveiled the Adire Osun Festival, which will be doing it every year.
The Adire Osun Festival was graced by dignitaries from far and wide, including the Timi of Ede, Oba Munirudin Adeshola Lawal, the Orogun of Okeila, Oba Adedokun Abolarin, the Ataoja in Council, Bales, as well as Iyalojas, led by the Iyaloja of Oshogbo, Alhaja Awawu. Also present is the Secretary to the State Government, Teslim Igbalaye, as well as permanent secretaries and special advisors. Veteran Juju musician Dr. Shino Peters was also present at the event. Lydia Adegbaju, Western Spring Television News.
You're watching